I'll start this live stream. I'll do it. I'm not kidding. I will start the stream
You
right now.
already started it, didn't you?
I did. I started it.
Let's do this together.
I will turn this live stream around, guys.
It's like we're gonna have a fake intro where everybody's yelling.
Too late. Already have it. Ah! Hello, everybody, and welcome back to
soft
the
open. Or no, cold open, soft open,
cold open. Hi everyone, welcome to the Bard's McGuffin. This is session number 3. We're still waiting on our lovable, wonderful Bard Gregory. He's not here, but he's on his way. But we're going to get started. So I'm going to pull out.
How do I access the live stream real fast?
It's Windsword Games.
I know, I'm on Windsword Games.
it'll send you a notification that we're live streaming.
Oh, there you go.
And then you will go there.
There we go.
Alright, set up that thing here.
Okay.
Alright.
Now I'm on.
So, when we last left off, our hi Tater Tot, our group of adventurers had found their way to Comhegg's Priory, where they most of them
Combhead's Priory?
Comhegg.
Comhegg. Okay.
Comhegg. Okay.
It is Gaelic. Anyway, where the majority of them learned about the stolen artifact, the magic McGuffin. Except for Chakal, she was tanning some hides and ignoring anything and everything about all this magical wonder. Gregory was given an unbreakable string and made a little winch device for it. I don't know if he's playing with that, but I'm looking forward to that. They noticed that there were several magical decks on one table, and Idris tried to palm one of them, and instead ended up with a regular deck of cards. Halon noticed there was a decanter, and correctly deduced that it was a decanter of endless water, but was unsuccessful in persuading them to just giving it to him for free. Someday.
I can offer you an ice barbarian for compensation.
Hey!
You can't just present us with a bunch of magic artifacts and say you don't get anything.
I didn't get anything.
We will shake those NPCs down.
Alright,
Just flip them over.
anything I missed?
Have I rejoined the party, or am I still out?
Everybody else
tanning
is
hides?
asleep.
We're all asleep.
I think you're all asleep. Actually, you are
Okay.
all
I'm not
in
asleep. Rest of you are
this. You're actually all currently in this particular area.
Okay, and I forget.
What-
Do I
what-
actually know what's happening right now? Or
You
am
have
I
no
just-
clue.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, she's
Threw
dead.
your wife!
Just as long as I didn't throw
You
the
threw
game.
your wife off a table!
You know, Mike, you see what you do? You should give the party lots of magic items, and then they never use any of them.
Ah!
Except for the wings.
Hey, I use
No,
my wings
see.
all the time.
What you do is you give them one magic item that tries to turn them all against each other, and it works.
Alright, so you
Bloodthirster.
all wake up in your. This is actually a multi-chambered room.
I woke up like this.
With each chamber being 5 feet wide.
With the
What?
hat?
With each chamber being
Nice.
5 feet wide.
Yes, it is quite a bit more than 5 feet wide. So everyone, just for giggles, roll initiative.
For what? Waking up?
Yes, who wakes up first?
Wait, I don't have to roll. I've been up for hours.
You have enough for hours. That is correct.
16.
20.
18.
Oh.
Okay. So
was
first
tired.
one up is Idris.
Yes, I've been up long ago, since like midnight.
All right. So
my
what do you want to
my
do,
D4 is a paperweight.
if anything?
If anything. I'll probably just kind of go out and wait in the courtyard.
All right. The main courtyard or the little garden area here where Hannah or where Chakal was.
Yay,
Gregory.
Just in time. Roll initiative and wake up.
No, he wakes up last.
I think I just.
You're waking up.
the main courtyard.
No,
The main
don't scoot
courtyard.
over.
You're waking up last
No,
now.
All right. So you're currently in the main courtyard. What do you want to do there?
I'm just going to wait.
All right. You just sort of pace around, taking the scenery. Yes. Wait a while there.
Just read my spell book.
All right.
Fiddle with my lucky coin.
Is that all you're gonna do?
Play my lyre, I guess.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
go get the liar.
Wait.
No, I'm not gonna actually play.
Do you,
No, that it just
do you
reminds me
need
of
to
something I
have
tried to do.
an arcane
We're so
focus to
organized.
cast spell scrolls, or can you do it with a holy symbol? Speaking of which, I need my necklace, lady.
I have a gift for our.
He's
Well,
not
Ben.
a paladin without the holy symbol.
Ben, where's his
He's
holy
just a
symbol?
fire.
Here's your pipes.
Holy man needs his holy
I need
symbol.
my holy symbol.
Oh
He
well.
doesn't have
I don't believe you need
Not in
material
charge of that.
components for a spell scroll.
Okay.
I'm not prop that.
It just
I'm not-
uses
I'm-
uses up the scroll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not.
All right.
positive.
So
Yes.
next in the order is Chakal.
Yes.
So you
Angry
currently have
barbarian.
the 3 wolf hides that you're in the process of tanning.
Yeah, I was gonna get up and go check on those.
Alright,
so
so-
I'm gonna go out and see that they're progressing the way I want them to.
All right.
They are. They're doing nicely. Unfortunately, this dude is out there.
I'm
playing
not-
his
No,
lyre.
he's out front.
Oh, out front. Never mind.
I'm out front.
You're
I'm
sitting in front of the front
enjoying
doors.
the peacefulness.
You're sitting in front of the front gates.
I'm in the where you first walk in.
And
Roll.
I'm really wondering what happened to everybody else yesterday.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
That's right, because we didn't tell her anything about what happened.
14.
As well, we should.
You hear very faintly, occasionally in the wind, someone is playing a lyre, very gently.
That's nice.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice to have music. Can I roll to see if it's a song that I know?
You can.
Make a history check.
Yeah, that'd be history.
14.
It's a familiar tune, similar to several other songs we have nowadays. Many different folk tunes have been ascribed to it, so it could be one of many songs, but it's that same familiar tune.
Okay.
And as you begin listening to that, you start hearing different songs start to come in. Apparently, the bards who also go to this priory are beginning their morning lessons and are practicing their own instruments.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna just start
Wait, it's
singing.
not just clerics here?
No,
Oh.
they train bards.
Oh,
Remember
oh right,
the
duh,
whole
that's
They
right, duh.
exposition.
train bards.
That's right.
That's where the minor McGuffins come
That's
from.
right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
This
gonna
is
start.
a college.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're at school. I hate school.
He stayed in a dorm.
It's co-ed. Why?
I'm
Anyway,
gonna start singing along. Just
Stay
just
away, lady,
calmly.
I'm married.
He went to college married. He didn't go looking for somebody to marry.
Roll a performance check.
I'm not singing to you. I'm performance 17.
You begin singing along one of the versions of the song that you know, and you sing quite well.
Okay.
Roll a perception check.
I'm amazing at these. 12.
You hear other instruments begin to come in. It is beginning to have the other musicians. You don't hear any particular voice. You just hear that, oh, okay, they're also beginning to do their stuff.
I put it away.
All right.
I'm a one-man show.
Next up was
Me.
you.
At
Okay.
18.
Well, what would you like to do, if anything?
I am going to see if I can study up on the local civilization, local customs, the people.
Taking the local
Just
color.
kind of. I just want to
Alright.
kind of get a feel for what we should expect on the island.
All right. As you begin walking out of the room and into the main chamber, Tessa comes up to you.
Oh, he's doing the whisper.
I see. Well, that will certainly make things interesting. Well, then that.
She squeezes your hand and then goes back into the chambers to prepare for travel. So you are still going to go find out about the town?
Yes. Although being a bit distracted now is just because of the news I just received. So.
Yeah. All right. So, sure enough, you find one of the. Would you like to ask one of the clerics or one of the bards who are here?
One of the clerics. I prefer to have a more G-rated G-rated overview of the island.
So,
Why are you talking to her in the morning?
easily enough, you find one of the clerics who speaks to you and says, "Oh yes, well I can tell you if there's anything you want to know, just anything in particular, or like wildlife, or you're looking more for the civilizations around here, just some local history."
Yes, more about the people, like who we should be expecting to meet on our travels around.
All right. Well, there are a bit of the history you'll find here is this island was once part of a kingdom of humans, and then some 100 years ago, these humans were kicked out by invading orcs who wanted to take over the entire island. Now they were successful in their conquest, and they were able to take over the entire island. However, there was some resistance from some dwarves they had in the mountains. Now, it's unclear if those dwarves still are in the mountains because, just due to respect, we don't go there very often. There was an alliance of dwarves and humans who kicked out all of the orcs, excuse me, for the most part. But there are going to be still a few relatively angry conclaves and groups of orcs here and there. But mostly you'll find humans, human civilization, with some remnants of orc and dwarven culture.
I see. Is there in our travels, would we be in danger?
Reckon up along shore. Some of them have been pirates, and some of them have been adventurers who, once they realized that there wasn't much for them to do, began causing trouble and became marauders themselves. And recently, it's almost like the wildlife seems to be becoming more aggressive. As if something's causing them to lash out.
That's always a sign.
It's magic.
I see.
I'd recommend staying away from the coastal areas if you can for the most part.
Yes, I believe we have had our fair share of trouble with the ocean for now.
Ah, I see. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
Where's the restroom?
Are there any local customs that we should adhere to, just so we don't offend anybody? We're just trying to make sure we cause as little trouble as we can around here.
You don't cause as much trouble.
that we cause little trouble
more powerful.
So yeah, Sam was out of shot, and so I was trying to tell
No
him.
one can hear you.
Trust me.
Like, just say, like,
Yeah.
I warn you, you don't want to do this. If you do,
By
you're
that logic,
probably
could I
going
use
to
my
lose
intelligence
more
roll
than
instead?
your life.
I feel like
Roll
persuasion
deception.
Here we
should
go.
only work for
We should be good.
intimidation if the person you're
back.
attempting to
Ha!
persuade is
Think
actually
we
Right when
can
you
get
said no one can hear you, that's when we came back in.
Or maybe we're done.
All right. So yeah, so Sam was out of shot, so I was trying to tell her to come back into shot, and so we ended up having this little discussion about it.
We discussed.
Rabbit
Moving
trail.
on.
And then we
because
had-
we lost a viewer.
So,
Thanks. Anyway, so all right,
Okay,
good,
Mike
we're
is
back.
watching.
Yep. All right, so
We all know why he's watching.
give him a wave, Sam. Give him a wave. All right, moving along.
And say goodbye now.
So what is it that you're doing right now?
What?
Alan.
I'm going to go out talk to one of the bards.
All right. So as you are walking around, you find easily enough. Walking through one of the rooms, you ask about is there a bard who knows a bit more about the area, and they tell you to go to find one particular guy. And as you're,
Was that a character sheet?
I do kill all the character sheet.
That means he has hit points, so we can kill him.
Didn't do anything as hit points.
All right.
Hair doesn't have hit points.
So
How do you know?
you end up actually in this room, which is adjacent to the room that you first started out in. And this guy, you see, there is a currently this rather large man in fairly simple but elegant clothing, and he's currently is at a writing podium, and he's in a bit of a tantrum at the moment. He picks up his ink blank, throws it across the room. He's like, "No, it's not good enough. It's not right." Oh, so sorry.
I
Sorry
apologize
about
if I interrupted you in the middle of something.
that. No, it's just sorry. You take a moment and you look at him, and you see that he's a half orc, and he's very in a bit of a rage at the moment. Looking around, you see that he was in the middle of composing something. He's like, sometimes I just get a little too attached to my work, and I just find it just is lacking something, and I just lose control sometimes. I'm sorry. What can I help you with, sir?
I was, if it's not too much trouble, I was looking to inquire about the locals, and if there's anything that if there's any advice you'd give to a small adventuring party about trying to travel around without causing any trouble.
All right. Well, first things first. You'll definitely want to find your way into the main town, which is Tiran Town. It's the city of sorry, the city of 20 towers. That's less than 100.
Yes, it is.
Okay, good. You see, it's a city that was built by the first humans who came by, and then was ransacked and destroyed by when the orcs took over, and then has since been rebuilt again by the humans. You'll find mostly a human populace there, sprinkled in with some of the other races, and do you know anything about the history of this island?
I've heard a little bit from one of the other clerics here.
Alright, very good. So, you've probably been told there are still some violent orcs on the island.
Yes.
Alright, as long as you stay out of their way, they shouldn't give you much trouble. Just don't mistake the half-orcs for the orcs. That can make them mad and frustrated, and that can give you a hard time. Outside of that, let's see,
Do you think you could mark areas where orcs have been known to roam on this map of mine?
Yes, I could. He takes your map, and he looks at it for a moment as I look at my map.
As well as the location of the 20 towers?
Not 2, not 100, 20. Not even 1,000.
This many.
This many.
You walk up and it's just like a giant.
This many.
Your mother.
This is just a giant D20 with a tower going
No,
off
it's just
at
a,
angles.
no, it's just a bunch of dice towers.
Alright. And
Meanwhile, Idris has already eaten breakfast and is tapping his
could
foot
be
impatiently waiting to leave.
Maybe it's a stereographic projection of a D20.
Here we go.
That's true. Yeah, could be that. No, I think
I'm still in the courtyard singing, like right next to you guys.
I haven't awoken yet.
Come on. Been up since midnight. Let's go. Come on.
No, you're gonna like fall out of bed, and be like, "Let's go, guys! Yeah, I'm ready."
Been up for 12 hours.
I've been falling.
30 minutes! 30 minutes! Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, Ragnarok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
With both the Sherlocks in the same room. So good.
Is there a spell you can cast that would make
They have Benedict Cumberbatch and Robert Downey
Is there a
Jr.
spell you
in
can
the same
cast that would
room
make
for
someone
one
essentially
scene,
do that?
And it's like
Teleport them somewhere they'd be falling for a long time?
In the same room.
Wait, you're talking about casting
That's
plane
not
shift
that
on somebody to
Yeah,
do
it
that into
is.
plane of air?
Robert Downey Jr.
That would work, yeah.
That's what with Thor and Loki.
Alternatively, I could just cast levitate on
No,
somebody
wait,
and just
no,
make them
that one's
fall
Infinity
up.
Right.
They're in the same
They
room
just
though.
fall in a circle.
I didn't see that one either.
Or we could find a bottomless pit and I
They're
could
kind
cast
of
feather
the
fall on
same
somebody and
if
just.
you think about it.
Yeah.
What?
If there is a bottom,
Never mind.
you won't die.
See, I've missed Ragnarok, Infinity War. I still haven't seen Age of Ultron, actually.
alright. He hands you back the map.
Thank you, good sir.
So roughly 15 to 20 miles from here, up north, you'll find Turintown, which is the town that you'll probably want to go to. There's also an orc war post to the northeast, and then further to the east, there's an orc village. And I'd appreciate if you didn't go looking for trouble.
Of course. I would never do that.
Well, I guess I know where we're going.
As,
Straight to the
as
orcs.
complicated as my past is, I do have some cousins there, and
Of course.
while I disagree with many of their choices, I can't give up on my family.
Of course. Completely understandable.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, I believe that should be it.
All right
Thank you
then.
for your time. And
Thank you.
if you don't mind me saying, if there's anything that you ever need help with, just be sure to ask us.
He looks at the music. Looks at you. Well, if you need to help me find a way to make music angrier, or find a way to make me calmer, let me know.
Well, if you want to make music angrier, I do have a friend, one of my companions. He does enjoy killing things, and he plays music pretty well, so you might talk to him.
Perhaps I'll just speak to him before my time here is through. Thank you.
Of course.
Does anybody
It's
play
not the
bagpipes?
killing that I
calm
enjoy, it's
music
what
that
comes
comes
after
Uh,
that I like.
So as you leave,
Applause.
you hear him strumming
And
very, very hard on a
And not
guitar
dying is nice.
or a
Not dying
lute-like
is very
instrument,
nice.
trying to get the most amount of power he can out of it.
Probably like the best thing.
Was he a
Alright.
heavy metal bard?
Yes, he is.
Yes!
Yes.
He's ETC.
All right. So next up is Sue. So,
I'm awake finally.
all right, you wake up.
What year is it?
Anything you like to do?
I smile and go, oh, it's a wonderful new day. And
Oh, wait,
I get up,
And find that Jim's is curled
I
up
know.
next to you.
looking for coffee
Off the
and
bat.
Tessa.
Okay. You find Tessa. She's in the room, and you see that she's actually packing and beginning to prepare for the expedition away. You're also for your crew? Is
No, I said
okay.
coffee.
Coffee. All right. So you make your way out, and
You don't have any coffee here, only rum.
you ask one of the.
That's a
I'm not
pirate
opposed.
thing. I'm not a bloody pirate.
Maybe they're pirates in disguise. You don't know that.
You ask one of the.
Not you, them.
One of the
They're gonna
clerics
die.
where to find coffee,
Coffee.
and
Where?
Coffee.
he gives you looks.
What's a
Well-
coffee?
What's a coffee?
We haven't exactly found any coffee imports recently. We do have a juice that'll wake you right
Oh
up.
no. Everybody's grumpy.
I would like.
They're all
one of
coffee
that,
addicts,
yes.
and they haven't had any coffee in weeks.
So
6
he
months.
rushes off.
That's weeks,
Yay.
technically.
About 10 minutes later, he comes back with a
Wake up juice.
a glass.
Just grapefruit juice.
Oh.
It wakes you up.
A glass or like.
It is a metal cup, but it's
No,
not like
it's a
tankard
plastic
or
water bottle.
Oh, sweet.
anything. And so, are you gonna take a drink of this?
It's like one of those workout
Yes.
bottles you can just.
All
Do you want
right.
me to roll
Squirts in your
performance?
mouth.
If you want to roll performance on drinking something, you
Yes.
can.
It's a doodle cup.
It's
no
a
matter what you
beautiful
roll.
new
It's a
day.
natural.
What could go wrong?
Oh, don't say that.
17.
She said that after
Um,
she rolled.
With your pinky up, you take a delicate, lovely drink out of there, and he's sitting there like,
take a delicate swig.
so, is there anything else I can do for you?
Not really.
All right. You find that this drink, while
Makes me
it doesn't
hyper.
have the bitterness of
chocolate milk.
coffee, it does. Definitely has some sugar in there, and there is
No.
some kind of caffeine in there.
Oh wait, is it a balance of caffeine and sugar? Which ones has?
There's
which
more
is it
caffeine than there is sugar.
Dang it, now I want orange juice.
Sue will probably be fine. I would die, but Sue is probably fine.
She's quite awake right now.
Yay!
Anything else you want to do?
I go back and try to talk to Tessa.
All right.
Because that's worked out great
Hey!
so far.
It'll get there. Language is a shallow barrier. It'll be
So
fine.
she looks at you as you walk in. Is there anything you want to say?
Knowledge that-
Easy for you to say. You didn't grow up only speaking primordial.
No, but I speak
I grew up in a
Gnomish.
two-language home.
Not.
Bilingual.
I can't think of anything, but I'm sure it's something along the lines of hello and good morning and that sort of nice thing.
Okay, you do recall from the letter that she sent that she does say she can read and write Common and Elvish.
Yes.
We need to get her just a chalkboard and hang it around her neck.
I have paper somewhere. And you know what? That's what I do. I take her with me, and we go looking
I
for
was
paper.
gonna say, do you have a scholar's pack?
No, I have an explorer's bag.
Do you want to ask around or do you just want to find one?
The one time a scholar's pack.
I
would
should
actually be
probably
useful.
ask before I just take something.
So you go and you find, again, the same guy from earlier. He's now just camping outside you guys' room, waiting for the next person asking questions.
I just had the best idea. Okay.
Yes, is there anything I can do for you?
I am looking for paper and pens, of which I need lots of paper and 2 pens.
You might want ink.
Oh yeah, ink too. They're not ballpoint pens. They're not the clicky ones, are they?
Well, if you're looking for
Just get a pencil.
if you're looking for traveling, if you're concerned about things breaking, we do have some travel charcoal pencils that we have.
Sure.
All right, we have
Those
those.
never break and get super messy everywhere.
Yes.
It's basically a pencil.
Okay.
It's the closest thing we have.
So he goes up and he finds you. Walks in here, opens up a
Wait,
door.
they're all the
You
same,
hear
I'll just
some
draw
very
people's
aggressive
faces.
power chords being played. Character around here, and he hands you
He's my friend.
5 full-size sheets of paper and 2 pencils. With less electricity, but yes.
I couldn't help it, okay?
So you have 5 pieces of paper, 5 regular-sized pieces of paper, and 2 pencils.
Yeah.
You said less electricity. But no, you could not have more electricity in that.
It's the only thing that
Unless,
plays
unless,
power
unless
chords.
it was being played by Thor.
Okay,
He's currently holding these out
okay,
to you.
right. I take him. I have one more request.
All right.
If you see a little short halfling named Jim,
Jim's.
you take care of him.
All
You're just
right.
leaving Jim's?
Yes.
You should probably be more specific what
Yes.
take care of him means. Does it mean like take him out? Or does it mean like
No.
look after him?
Specify
Yeah.
about what take him out means,
He
too.
needs to be fed 3 times a day.
Make sure he gets plenty of water and sunlight.
He likes to go on walks.
He likes you to hold his hand.
He doesn't like swimming, though.
No, he doesn't like swimming.
Or
He has a bit of a smile on his face. It says, "Is that the young halfling fellow?"
Yes, his name is Jim's.
Yes, he actually found me out earlier this morning. He told me most of the same things about you. He is in one of the courtyards if you want to see him before you leave.
Cut and run.
At least I had the courage to
Never
tell my
leave.
friend that we were parting ways.
I
At least left him with a weapon too.
want Jims to get hurt, and he's just going to be in my way, and I can't have him holding my hand the whole time. He's going to ruin my stealth, okay?
I could take care of him.
No! You're not there.
I'm not that.
Is there anything else you'd like? Any instructions you'd like to leave with the rest of the crew? I do know that that Brother Onvard would like to speak to you about them at some point. He may perhaps have a plan, or maybe he just wants to make sure that everything's taken care of. But I do know that at some point he is going to want to speak to y'all.
From
We
sailors
should
to
at
monks.
least take them to the next city.
You're not there.
I know, I'm just saying.
Her crew, she can leave them where she wants.
This is true. I can leave them where I want them to be left, and this seems like a fairly safe place, so I'm
Yes.
going to leave them here.
Just we'll come back at the end of the campaign. They'll be converted.
Nod to him
Shaved heads.
and ask him where
Playing
what's his
music.
face is.
Brother Onvard?
Brother Onvard. I
I'll
ask
be
him
literally
where
holding
Brother
tags
Onvard
singing
is,
Kumbaya.
and
That is
then
your own fanfic.
I write a message to Tessa, tell her where I'm going. And
She's right next to you.
She couldn't
Communicate.
understand him, could she?
No. But
But
she hasn't
I
spoken the
thought-
entire
I
time.
thought she
Okay.
understood Common and Elvish, but can't speak it.
Does she understand Common?
She understands mostly most
But
common.
she would be fine.
Okay, so she is able to piece together enough of this
Yeah,
conversation.
so I just tap on her on the shoulder and, I let her know that I'm going to go and she can finish what she's doing.
All right, she turns
Go
around
back to
and
the scene while I go off and, be a
walks
PC.
back into the room.
You walk
Is that
the
all you
skyward
want to do right
wife.
now?
Well, I'm going to go talk to Brother Onvard.
Okay, do you want to talk to him before the rest of the crew gets to him? Or the rest of the group?
Yeah.
All right.
Crew meeting.
So he's back
People
into
who
the
actually are in charge of things are going to talk. Sit down, kids.
I'm in charge of you guys, so
I'm
Alright,
in charge
so-
of you.
He's finishing up a bit of a meal where he's sitting, and Caesar says, "Ah, is there anything you'd like to talk about?"
I thought you wanted to talk to me.
Well, I was hoping to talk to the entire group, but I suppose I could speak to you about some particulars as well. It is mostly your crew that I'm concerned about.
I'm concerned about
What'd they do this time?
No, they haven't done anything.
Oh, good. That's because Jason's not here.
To be fair, they
It's
don't
just
do
that
anything without
they
me.
have been very active since they've gotten here, trying to keep themselves useful, which I appreciate. Now, have you told them about what we spoke of last night?
No.
All right. Now, if you want to bring them with you,
James is
that's
lagging.
fine. But I would ask that the amount of people who know what this particular mission is be kept to a minimum. If you would like them to leave them here, you can do so as well. We will not force them to stay here. If they do wish to follow your footsteps later on, we will send them on their way, under the guise of further shipwrecked sailors from some other vessel.
But they are shipwrecks.
I would prefer for their safety and the rest of my groups that they would stay here.
All right. Like I said before,
Yes, we're
I will not force them to stay here, but I will pass along your word unless you would like to tell them yourself.
I'll tell them
That's
myself.
my job.
All right.
They might not
I
let
think
you
that's for
go.
the best. Is there anything else I can do for you?
No, I think I'm good.
All right. He turns back to his meal. So, are you doing anything at the moment? Finding the rest of your crew, or do you want to do that when you guys about to head out?
I will tell them right before we leave.
All right.
By the way, guys, we stayed here.
Question.
See ya.
If I'm
Frank's
riding
gonna
a
be
horse,
so sad.
can I attack, then have the horse attack?
Technically.
Okay.
Which would make you more awesome than the current
Except for
Beastmaster.
the horse would have its own initiative.
Okay.
Which would still make you better than the Beastmaster. So there. Anyway, so that's all that you're doing. Gregory, so you
Yes.
wake up in this room. Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm going to. So where am I exactly? Just in
The
the
dorm.
In the same. Yeah.
You're in the co-ed dorms.
I'm gonna head outside
Okay.
and
Build a
Well, then-
rocket ship.
then I'm gonna. Who's there now?
Right in front of you is a an acolyte or a cleric who's looking at you somewhat expectantly. With a bit of amusement, he has not seen a satyr before. But given the group of people that have kept walking out here and asking him questions, he's standing there looking at you somewhat expectantly.
But I haven't seen him before.
You have not seen him in particular before. You've seen other people the past
You've
day
seen people before. Yes.
wearing the same robes that he's wearing, but you haven't seen this particular individual before.
Okay. I greet him and ask him who he is.
Well,
Hey, somebody who asked him his name.
well, hello. Nice to meet you. My name's Lawrence.
Brother Lawrence.
Brother Lawrence.
Lawrence.
Brother Lawrence
Gonna
here.
write it down.
Lawrence. Oh my gosh.
Is there
Oh,
anything that you want?
Oh,
Wait.
not in particular. I think I'll just be looking around.
Never mind.
Alright, well, if there's anything you're looking for in particular, just let me know.
Thank you.
And then what do you do?
I don't know. I wander around.
Alright, so wandering around, you see there's Sue. She's talking to Brother Onvard. You walk into this particular room and you see there's a rather frustrated half-orc, again, trying to write down some music. And every once in a while he picks up his guitar like instrument, strums a few chords on it, shakes his head, puts it down, gets back onto the onto his music and starts writing some other things and scratching things out furiously. He doesn't seem to have noticed you at the moment.
Build him an amp.
I say, "My, you seem to be having a bit of trouble."
He turns around to you and says, "Yes, I have. Is there something I can help you with?"
Oh no, I'm just looking around, seeing what I can see.
Well, this here is one of the main music rooms of Comex Priory, and here you'll find various instruments. This is where some of us do our composing and writing. I like to be here early in the morning when there's less people around.
Okay.
That's not to say that I don't like company. If you want to stay around for a while, you're certainly welcome to. I don't want to seem unwelcoming.
Oh, why, thank you. I won't be long. I just thought maybe I could look at some of these instruments. I haven't seen many before. Well, that's not true. I haven't seen many from, I'm not from around here, so I'm interested in seeing the different kinds that you have.
He gives you a quick look. So exactly where are you from?
Well, I'm from the Feylands.
His eyes go a little wide and goes, "Oh, well, let me show you around." So he shows you around. He opens up the top of the grand piano they have there, and he shows you how the hammers and the pedals work, and how the hammers will strike the strings and give you the sound of the piano. He shows
have I
you.
seen a piano before?
Roll a history check.
Come on, that one.
Aw.
19.
On your way.
Actually, 20 total.
Okay. On your way here, you have seen a piano before, and you saw it being played before, but you haven't seen the insides of it before, despite your attempts to.
Okay. Well, I'm very excited and eagerly investigate how it all works and start reaching my hand in and messing with the hammers.
You have infinite chord, yeah?
Yeah.
We should make a little piano.
Roll an investigation check.
See if he smashes his fingers.
Natural 20.
All right. You take a few moments and you look down this, and then as you're looking at it, you look over at the some of the papers that are on the ground that have parts scratched out and scrawled over, and you flip them over and you start sketching your own diagram of a piano. You now have a diagram to make a grand piano.
Awesome.
The half-orc looks at you and like, "Wow, that was impressive."
What's truly impressive.
Well, thank you. I'm just incredibly fascinated by this device. It's absolutely spectacular.
Well, I see that you found out how the various pedals work and how the keys. Would you like to look at some of our other instruments?
Certainly.
What instruments are you proficient in?
Panpipes, mandolin, drum, and kazoo.
Okay. Hey, kazoo. So he shows you around, and you do see the guitar that he was using is like a modified lute, which is similar in some ways to your mandolin. It has fewer strings, and it is overall larger, and he is playing it differently than how you would play your mandolin. But the concept of the structure is more or less the same. Would you like to do anything with this?
Not that one.
Okay. He shows you.
Wait till he sees the bagpipes.
There's no bagpipes in this room right now. At least none that are visible.
Or like, I don't know. Do they have brass instruments?
Yes, there are some trumpets he has there.
Give him a sousaphone.
So he shows you the trumpets and the valves on that. He shows you the drum kits that they have, and he does comment on how he's trying to find like a hybrid drum set he can do that will have some of the bass drums, some of the higher pitched drums, but also like some cymbals as well. And he just can't quite figure out how to piece them all together in a way that would like work. He's basically trying to make a one-man drum set, percussion section.
So he's trying to make a drum set.
He's trying to make a drum set.
Okay, so I help him out.
Okay. So roll intelligence. This would be. We worked out what modifier you should use besides your proficiency modifier. It was something plus a modifier plus a proficiency modifier. What did we do to decide for tinkering?
Intelligence or dexterity, depending on the situation.
Okay. So make an intelligence roll, then add your proficiency modifier.
Okay. So so my intelligence is 15 and then 17 plus.
So just like you were making an investigation check.
So roll a d20.
He did roll.
You did roll. Oh, got it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So that's a total 17. You said.
Yeah. You said I'm adding my intelligence and the proficiency on top of that.
Yeah. So dragging around some of the drums you have there, you're able to combine a bass drum along with some of the other drums, and you're able to set them up in a way that one player can play a variety of them, and you are able to actually set up a crash cymbal. But currently, there's no way to really play the bass drum unless you actually reach out and smack it or kick the drum, which you perceive from his temperament might be a bad idea.
Don't kick the kick drum.
But you've given him a good starting place.
Okay.
Don't buck the kick it.
He's very grateful. Is there anything else you want to do before?
It's a little drum set.
I'm gonna start. Wait, have I seen drums before?
You have some drums. You're proficient in them, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Have I seen drums before?
I don't know, but I can sure play them.
Okay, so I'm gonna play.
If I do see one,
All right, roll a performance check.
And play it.
Darn. 8.
8. Okay, so you begin playing. He rolled a 7 for performance. So the two of you begin trying to jam out a bit. And
melody.
Wait, I'm in the courtyard right outside.
Yes, through solid walls though. But make a perception check.
12.
You do hear through the door, and you gather that somebody is playing drums.
Okay.
Hefty, the bar's name's Hefty, by the way, gets rather frustrated, but looks at you with a smile on his face like, well, that's good. We have someplace we can start now. Well, thank you.
Anytime.
Well, if you're ever in the area again, let me know. That was fun.
I agree. I will.
All right. Anything else you do?
No, I'll leave it at that one.
Okay, so you head out. That's everything for everyone, correct?
Yep.
What
All
about
right.
Stefan? What's Stefan doing?
Dying.
Dead.
Dead to his old
yes.
ways.
No.
You said you were going to ask around for the clerics to get stuff for casting ceremony.
I already got that.
You already got that?
Yes.
All right.
I got my
My Choco would like to find breakfast at some point and probably leave. I think and find out what's going on. So she would like to.
You can't leave. I'm right outside.
She would like to do all of these things as quickly as possible. Find food
wait,
and
like
leave.
a cast minor illusion. So it says there's an elf head floating above the front gate, so she can't leave.
I don't have minor illusion.
Great, you cast minor illusion.
So all of you except for Yggdrasil at the moment are currently in the main
I assume
area.
I wouldn't be able to turn Stefan into a paladin quite yet.
No, but you could cast ceremony on him.
Yes. Well, I was planning on saving that for when he actually becomes a paladin. I was thinking that would be using the I forget what the specific is called. But using it for someone who wants to become part of your deity's service.
Can you read me off what ceremony does? I don't have
Oh,
the player's
right
handbook.
there in front of you.
I don't have the player's handbook yet, so I don't.
It's not. It's not in
I
player's
don't-
handbook anyway.
It's not?
It's in Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Great. Well, I don't have that book.
It's
and
it's not terribly
It's
important.
not on its way, so.
Still on its why.
It's not much why.
Ceremony is dedication. You touch one humanoid who wishes to be dedicated to your god's service. The next 24 hours, whenever the target makes a saving throw, it can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the save. Creature can benefit from this right only once.
Okay.
I assume that would be what would kind of make him into a paladin.
Well, if you were to do that, you'd probably want to take him with you to the Temple of Yesu, which is on this island.
I could do that.
No.
But I mean,
We could leave him there.
it's up to you, really.
We could kill him
I
before
I
he
am
gets
going to
there.
ask
But then
Stefan
he
if he is
wouldn't bother us
if he is
again.
interested
If he
in
was dead, he wouldn't bother us.
if he is interested in becoming a paladin.
Killing people is not very
All right.
nice.
He
So
tried to kill us.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
He didn't.
He
He
did.
did.
He didn't.
He did.
You weren't paying
fake
attention.
news. Fake news.
if I recall correctly, he's the one guy who never was able to make an attack.
Yes.
He made
That's
attack
because
rolls,
he
though.
persuaded him to not.
But he did make attack rolls.
He did.
He just never hit.
Yeah, he just never connected.
He was an attempted murderer.
He was.
Still
He
better than a
was
murderer.
going to kill us. If
You
you
could still
hadn't
get
said
put to jail
anything,
for it.
he would have tried to kill us.
Yes,
I
but
would like to say that, Sue, you of all people, being familiar with docs and stuff, are familiar with peer pressure.
Take 3d4 psychic damage.
Anyway,
Listen to me, I'm the voice of reason.
Cast
What's
vicious
your
mockery, but
alignment?
only say puns.
okay. So, anywho, it's
I left it blank so that you don't know.
so you find Stefan.
Yes.
And would you
You
like to speak
can't
to him?
have it.
Yes.
You can't have just a non-aligned character.
He
I
knows
do
what
have
it
it.
is. He just hasn't written it down.
Yeah, I know my alignment and all this stuff.
Sorry.
Things are happening.
Story's
Sorry.
happening.
Stories happening.
Go into his room when you find him impaled by his own halberd.
Actually, speaking of which, he is in a.
He is?
No, he's in the courtyard actually, and you see as you walk into that open courtyard area, which doesn't have any walls or gated areas off. You see that he's actually there, currently with a couple of training dummies that have been set up, and you see that as he's over there, he is actually training with another person.
That little boy's growing up.
So you see there is.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
He's gonna come back as an evil paladin.
No.
Just say like I left you while I was supposed to look.
The pirates are gonna capture him, and then
He's gonna kill them all.
No, they're gonna say he's a fighter, and then they'll use him against us.
So yeah, he's over there. You see that he's actually training with a small halfling. He's currently using his halberd against some of these training dummies, and the halfling is using a long knife. As you walk up, do you want to observe him for a moment, or do you want to walk right up to them?
Jim's last name Bowie.
Observe him for a
Okay.
Jim's Bowie.
Yes.
So
Jim's Bowie.
currently, Stefan is getting used to the range of the halberd. This isn't exactly a weapon that he's apparently used before, and he seems to be using it almost more like a scythe or a harvesting implement. And as he's making some practice moves, you see the halfling charges right up to the dummy, actually leaps onto it, grabbing it, and just starts stabbing it repeatedly while screaming at it. And Stefan actually grabs him, takes him away for a moment, and starts talking to him.
Is that new Jim's?
It's okay. I feel less bad.
Stefan,
about leaving
hello.
behind.
Stefan looks up and takes a step
To begin with.
up and back. Says, "Hello, is there something you needed?"
No, I just came to talk, and I couldn't help but noticing that you've begun practicing with the halberd.
Yeah, it's nothing I'm used to so far, but I'll get the hang of it, sir. The halfling begins getting back to work on the dummy.
I'm sure you will, and you don't have to call me sir again.
Okay. What do I call you?
You can call me by my name.
Father.
He does know your name at this point, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. All right.
You're high on my bliss.
Hey, Lon. How old are you, actually, by the way? This is
am,
me asking you.
Yeah.
I don't know how old your character is.
I'm 30.
Okay.
It's middle aged.
All right. So he's like.
Don't Asmar live a little bit longer?
Barely.
Like 160? I think it's 160, yeah.
It's like 160.
He's like, okay. Do you want to be Mr. Mercy Light, or do I just call you Halon, or like do I don't
Either way is fine. I just don't particularly like being called sir.
Okay, yes, I'm Mr. Halon. Yeah, well, I was coming out here practicing a bit, and the little guy came out to join me, so I've been training him a bit too. Just some of the things I've learned over the past few years.
Blind leading the blind.
I see. Well, I'm sure you're doing a wonderful job of it. Anyway,
Sure.
I was wondering, we're going to be heading to a city soon. I was wondering if you'd like to accompany us, and perhaps I was wondering if you'd perhaps be interested in becoming a paladin.
At the mention of going to the city, his face kind of tightens with a bit of worry. But at the mention of becoming a paladin, he starts looking curious. Well, I don't know. I mean, I had a cousin who joined the church and became a cleric, but I don't know much about that. What is it to be a paladin?
Oh, be here all night.
Well,
Oh.
firstly, it's a
No fun.
second chance at life.
Have to go on crusades.
But in short,
Kill people for glory.
the
You
job,
kill people in the name.
well, it's less of a job, but the purpose of a paladin is to go out
Kill
and
people because the Pope told you to.
defend those who can't defend themselves, to uphold the name of your deity, and perform anything that he may ask of you.
All right.
Not all paladins have to engage in violence either. If you'll take me for an example, as a paladin who is preparing to take an oath of redemption at some point, I have a personal
Stake. Investment.
a personal
Portfolio.
leaning,
401k.
a personal wish to
Fire?
lean away from violence, unless as a most last resort.
You mentioned an oath. Are there other oaths?
Yes, after being a paladin for a while, you take an oath to become more specialized towards a certain task, as opposed to just a broad area. The oaths are devotion, redemption, conquest, vengeance, and a few others which I will not speak of. Oh, and ancients. And yes, ancients and crown.
Okay. What's the crown?
The oath of the crown is suited more towards upholding law and order. They tend to focus less on holy wars and such. All right.
Pulls out a book and starts reading.
It just magically
Have you
appears.
heard that, our Lord and Savior?
The oath of the crown is sworn to the ideals of civilization, be it in spirit of a nation, fealty to a sovereign, or service to a deity of law and rulership. Paladins who swear the oath dedicate themselves to serving society, and in particular, the laws that hold society together. These paladins are the watchful guardians of the wall on the walls, standing against the chaotic tides of barbarism that threaten to tear down all that civilization has built, and are commonly known as guardians, exemplars, or sentinels. Often, paladins who swear this oath are members of an order of knighthood in service to a nation or sovereign, and undergo their oath as a part of their admission to the order's ranks.
Huh. And you said you were on the path to be a redemption? Oath of redemption?
Yes.
Okay. And you mentioned vengeance.
Yes.
can you tell me of that one?
Vengeance is a bit of a tricky one. They are generally tasked with going off and they're often tasked with going off to do some things that other paladins might seem distasteful, such as reclaiming lost territory, reclaiming lost artifacts, or generally showing the more wrathful side of a deity.
I see. As a paladin, must you take a specific oath right away?
No. Generally.
He looks serious for a moment, and then grasps the halberd in his hand, and then he looks you firmly in the eye and said, I have seen much trouble in my short life.
That's about to get short.
I want to be a paladin.
You could do that, yes, but how about you make a deal with the devil?
Stefan, we would be glad to have you.
No, we wouldn't.
Once we reach this city, we will inquire about a temple of Gesu, and we will see about beginning your training there.
And leave him there.
All right. Then I'll travel with you as far as that city.
Hanging from a
I'm going to clasp his shoulder.
Okay.
Aww.
Roll a perception check.
Aw.
Yes.
A 6.
Okay.
Yes.
There's a firm grasp on his shoulder, and
I think there is the halberd coming up behind you.
he looks a
If you
little.
could stab me in the back with a halberd, I'd be impressed.
He's
Just
using a
because it's a
dagger.
reached weapon, you can still hit people with it.
Yeah.
He looks a little nervous, and you from your conversation with him, you know that not a lot has gone right with his life.
It's about to get
This is a
worse.
second chance.
But he looks excited and also nervous.
He's crying and you didn't notice because your perception was too low.
I know.
The halfling
Feeling
is
pressure
again
into this. He
aggressively,
doesn't want this life.
repeatedly stabbing the mannequin and stuffing is beginning to just like fall out of it.
I assume the mannequin is shaped like a person.
It is a person-shaped mannequin.
Flashback time! Can you roll to throw up?
I'd rather
Constitution.
not. I'd rather not.
Please!
It's not that strong of a reaction. It's just like a.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do, or would you like to?
No, I'll rejoin the others.
All right. So you rejoin the others. As you're walking off, Stefan walks back up to the halfling and like, oh no, back up, Jims, back up. You can't get too aggressive. You can't lose your head in this.
Wait, what?
I knew it was Jim's.
Didn't would I have not have recognized it was Jim's?
You weren't
That's
necessarily.
true. I wasn't paying
paying
attention to him. Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
was it Jim's?
It was
not there.
It was Feral Jim.
But-
Feral Jim's sailor barbarian.
It definitely was Jim's, but
Oh dear.
you didn't know. You didn't see that.
Jim's going to become the final boss.
We come back and Jim's has killed everyone.
You know, when he
Stefan
needed that
versus
loving
Jim's, go.
attention, nobody was there. And that is why we were leaving him here.
We can only bring one of you. You two are gonna have to fight it out.
We're having
All right. So
tryouts.
anything else for you guys?
I'm still waiting to leave.
I'm good, yes.
All
I
right.
think I'm ready.
What?
Let's do this.
All right.
If my crew
I've
is
been
there, I have
waiting
to talk to them
longer.
at some point.
All right. Do you want to talk to them after you're about to leave, or do you want to talk to them right before you
Dane.
send off?
Right as we're about to leave.
All right.
Shelter of the faithful only applies to my particular deity.
So
Shelter.
you all meet
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
in the main
I can't
area.
get free stuff from these guys.
Nope.
A cleric actually walks up to you, Yggdrasil, outside the gate, or outside the main door. Says, "Hey, there's a bit of a group meeting going on. If you would like to be part of that, or they can fill you in on the way out."
I'll be part of it, I suppose.
All right, so you head over as well. So,
That's
Brother
only for
Onvard,
me.
Brother Onvard is there with a group of you. All right. Now, thank you for aiding us in our time come if you need. Now,
I haven't done anything yet.
once you get to Tyrantown, I believe one of our bards staying here gave you directions there.
Yes.
Okay, once you get to Tyrantown, you're going to want to find a tavern. This tavern is called the Sitting Duck.
The Sitting Duck.
You're going to ask for the keeper there. His name is Larry. He's a gnome.
Larry! It's a gnome!
Just mention that,
Larry.
casually mention us, preferably without naming the priory, and tell him that you've put down a deposit on some rooms. He'll take care of you for as long as you guys are going to be there. You'll be able to find yourself having a free room and 2 meals a day there. As for anything else, Larry's our contact in the town.
Larry.
And I'd appreciate if that was kept somewhat quiet. He's not our official contact, but he does drip information to us time to time if we wish to be discreet.
Of course.
Because we're discreet.
Is there
Some of us are.
anything else
I know.
you would request?
Could you provide us with some tents for the journey?
He smiles, recalling the first camping trip you guys had.
Yeah.
Certainly. How many are in your party again?
Wait.
1, 2,
How far
3,
away is
4,
this?
5,
14 miles north.
7.
So it'll take us, what, 2 days?
Wait, where is it?
More or less. It's 14 miles due north.
So
14
really,
miles
we
north. 5,
Assuming I counted
6,
correctly.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Assuming we don't have anybody slowing us down.
There are 7 of us in the party.
All right.
6.
Duck.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tessa and Stefan.
I don't know Stefan's coming with us.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say there's 7 in our party.
And I'm going to say there's 6 of us.
I can give you one large tent that can fit 8 people.
Sounds about right.
That will do.
All right. I'll see that taken
All of
care
us
of.
and the horse's head.
He motions to one of the. He motions to Lawrence. Lawrence comes over and rushes off to give you what you need.
Lawrence.
Anything else before you leave?
I believe we should be good.
All right. May Lord guide you.
Nothing.
Okay, we leave.
All right.
No, we do not leave
Thank
yet.
you. I thank him for taking us in and sheltering us and
Oh,
such.
I asked if he happens to have anything that would make a convenient frog clasp for my new wolf pelt cloak that I just finished.
How about some tape?
He doesn't have anything for the cloak thing you just made.
Yeah,
All right. Well, you currently have the skin. You haven't exactly shaped it or.
I'm working on it.
All right. He does tell you that there is a leather worker in Tyrantown,
Okay.
or you can try to make something on your own, but they don't have leather working gear
We can
here
do this
necessarily.
already.
Is Tyrantown all one word?
2 words.
Dang it.
Currently, it's a fairly young town.
Okay.
It's been around for about 40 years in its current version.
So
It's
wow,
version
I'm almost as old as
2.0.
it is. It's only 10 years old.
So you want to find your sailors and speak to them real quick?
I'm giving you all the boot.
All right.
That's
So,
what you're gonna have to
I already
tell them.
caught the boot earlier.
so you go off and you find let's see, who was it? Henry, Dimitri, and Frank.
Jim's is doing something else.
Yes, Jim's is off at the moment. So Frank sees you coming up. And he smacks the other guys. They're currently eating some breakfast. Henry takes his feet off the table as you walk over.
I steal some breakfast.
All right, you do that.
They're a good crew.
They
I
are.
know they are.
And their breakfast looks good. And I'm taking it.
Dimitri, the half elf, looks up at you. He's like, "Is there something you need?"
Well, actually, I just wanted to tell you that I'm heading out with the others, and that for your safety, I would like all of you to stay here.
All right. But
That was easy.
if we do hear of any trouble in the town, and he looks a little lost for a
Welcome to
moment,
not help.
and Frank stands up, shakes your hand, and says, "If we hear trouble, we'll come looking for it."
Okay. You guys are a good crew.
As you're,
Just be careful.
Expect to go looking for it fairly soon.
do you walk off now, or do you stay there?
I give them all a hug before.
Okay, you give them all a hug. As you hug Henry,
Group hug.
he
Except
tells
for
you,
James.
"Don't worry, we know what kind of trouble you usually end up in."
Ha ha.
Not if I could help it.
Wait, where's
Sure.
Jim's?
Oh,
He's becoming evil.
he said that there's something he wanted to work on in the courtyard over there.
Balance must be restored.
Courtyard.
When the evil person gets
Yeah,
out, the
they
person
point
is
you
turned
through
evil.
one of the doors that leads out there.
Can I see it if I just look out the door?
No, because you're currently
fair, with Jim's
about
good.
over here.
He was neutral
The
at
door's over
best.
here.
He was useless at best.
Lawful useless.
Well, just keep an eye on him.
All right, I'm a little nervous about him. Just something hasn't seemed right since the wreck. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. We all are a little different now, but
Yeah, we're level 2.
I don't think they leveled up.
They didn't do anything. They don't deserve to level up.
but we'll let him know anything if you want to tell him anything. Just him as us.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Don't you want to let James hold your hand one last time?
No.
Tells him to kill Stefan.
Stefan's coming with us.
We don't know that.
You're not here.
Well, to be true, you don't know that yet.
What?
You don't know that Stefan's coming with you unless you've told anyone.
Well, I thought he walked up to the group meeting with me.
He
Oh no,
knows.
he's not at the group meeting yet. He's still there.
Oh, okay.
This is private information.
Okay, yeah.
For
Yeah.
group members only.
And her.
Alright, I think I'm ready to go now.
But she's part of the group. She just didn't get the.
You have no idea where we're going or what
We're
we're
about
doing.
to leave, and I'm about to ask lots of very stupid
They
questions.
So Jims and Stefan
There's about that big
both
a
start
chance
walking
that any
back
of us
out.
are going to tell you what's going on.
Sue, roll a perception check.
Yeah,
No,
you will.
you're gonna tell me everything.
You're going to tell everything.
But I'm gonna get your version of it, and that's gonna.
Perception. 19.
Okay. You see that they're both breathing heavily and they're both a little sweaty.
Sweaty halfling. Just like Mama used to make.
Stefan pats what's his name? Jim's on the shoulder, leaning to them, and just says, "Okay, doing pretty good, but you just need to get that temper of yours under control." And
Do I hear that?
you do, yes.
Okay, that's what
And Stefan walks up and joins you. Jim's
What's he doing?
nods and
He's coming with us.
starts going off into another direction. You see his knuckles actually are a little bloody.
I go talk to him.
Okay. To Jim's or Stefan?
Jim's.
Okay.
I had to roll for it, but yes.
Okay, so you go up to Jim's and he looks at you.
I take a knee, so we're all more on the same level now. I'm not that tall.
So heard you're
He eats.
heading out?
You can drink heavily to be on the same.
Yeah.
level as him.
All right.
Seems like they could use some help.
Yeah. Well, while we're here, I'm gonna be doing some training.
Anything you want to tell me, Jims?
It's gonna get ripped.
He's going to be as
Make
wide as he
another
is tall.
perception check.
It's gonna be Hercules.
22.
Okay. You see that his eyes are a little puffy and kind of red, but it doesn't seem like he's like super sad or anything. He looks almost angry at the moment, and he's covering up one of his hands. No, not really.
Poke the bear.
Jims,
Yeah.
I can see that you're upset about something.
I used to live on a farm, and
Is that everybody's backstory? They used to live on a farm.
I
Well,
didn't
that's
used to
like
live on a farm.
well, Stefan and I, we have some things in common. He grew up on a farm too.
What?
Both of us got into a bit of bad luck. We both ran to the ocean as the only way out. It's just that
I don't know.
I still have a parent, and I don't want to find him. But you know what I have found? Whenever there's pirates around, whenever there's raiders around, whenever there's bad people around, they always pick on the smallest things they see. And you know what? I'm tired of being the smallest thing they see.
Quick Micah cast enlarge.
That's a second level spell.
He has little man syndrome.
He he brings out his hand and you see that his knuckles are bloody, like he's punched something really hard recently.
I wish it was.
You know, I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, I can use that perception against them.
Okay, that's getting scary. We should go now.
This
He's
is
gonna
how
go rogue.
This is how Batman.
He's gonna go assassin
Kelton,
rogue.
you redeemed the wrong one.
Jim's isn't he redeeming yet.
He
Oh,
does.
he's getting close.
Oh, I
does
see
all
how it is.
he,
You bring
um,
people after they do the bad stuff. I see.
So it's happening
He
redeeming.
grabs your shoulder with his bloody hand.
Ooh,
He says,
nice.
It's only on the
Don't-
top. It's fine.
"Don't worry about me. You go off and do your adventure. See what you need to do. If you ever need me, I'll be here. I'll be training."
Training montage.
Bum, 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 bum.
There's just 5 minutes of him stabbing the training.
I give him one last look and I nod and I say, "Okay, if that's how you feel."
All right. He nods at you and he goes off back into the chambers that he was in over to the side, and you hear someone begins working on the mannequins.
Oh dear.
Okay, can we go now?
No.
Yeah, I walk back to the party.
Multi-class
And I go-
barbarian rogue.
I wouldn't do
Raging
that
on sneak
today.
attack.
I don't. Does that? Can
Yes,
you
Yes.
do
you
that?
can do
You
that.
can do that.
You
I mean, also technically sneak attack. You just need an ally who within 5 feet of the enemy to
Mhm.
get a sneak attack in.
and a finesse weapon.
And if that's
Finesse
fine.
weapon.
So
Anyway,
Short swords.
Anyway,
I'm gonna go stand next
anyway,
to Tessa.
Okay, so you move over next to Tessa.
You can sneak attack with a bow, can't you?
Let's see. So are all of you about ready to head out?
yes.
Sneaky bow.
no, we need to not have Stefan with us.
Yes, we need to have
You
Stephanie
need
with
to
us.
shut your pie hole.
So you don't object to somebody who tried to kill us a few days ago traveling with us?
I do, but I'm tired of listening to you complain about it.
You forgot to move somebody.
All right.
I guess you're leaving without me then. Fine.
It's like,
Well, you
So-
can't protect Stefan if you're not here.
you missed your opportunity. You have 30 seconds.
He's looking at the argument, and he walks over to Halen.
Who's
You know,
I'm
You
arguing.
two.
Oh, sorry.
and you know, if we're gonna be a problem, I can just come over in a few days.
I don't know how long we'll be in Town, so I wouldn't recommend that.
He doesn't need you. Stop hand-holding.
You won't be.
That's my job.
You won't be a problem as long as I'm here to keep Idris in check.
Well,
I'm not going to kill
I've
him.
spoken-
He'll die eventually anyway. What is he, human?
he is human.
Yeah, he lives, what, less than a century? Oh.
He's saying that he is hearing this. Idris and I have actually spoken earlier, and I'm not worried about a dagger in my back from him.
It's
Yeah,
you're worried about
time will do that for me.
You're worried it's the magic missile with the face you have to worry about.
He's not worth the spell slot.
Well, I don't think I have anything to worry about then. Are we heading out?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's head out.
Fine.
So,
Everyone,
let's
14
go.
miles due north.
It'll only take us a day unless something happens.
Also, Ben, put the horse on the.
oh, okay, yeah.
And my wife is riding the horse.
The still
Of
giant
course
horse in
she
comparison to
is.
all you guys
Yes.
that haven't printed out a regular size one.
Well,
Jeez, that horse is big.
works with the
Can we
wife.
all ride on the horse?
Well, hang on.
Horse's size is gargantuan.
Let's move this map out of the way and we'll see who can fit on the horse.
I want to fit on the horse.
I don't.
Too bad.
Alright, so.
Oh wait,
Your
he's not
horse-
taking the horse? Cool, I call horse.
The horse can only
Horse.
fit one person.
Not anymore.
Quick, someone
horse,
cast enlarge.
I don't have it.
horse. All of the women can fit on the horse.
Yay!
This horse looks very mad.
Oh, I should have asked for like a cart.
Girl
I should have asked for a
bonding!
cart.
Yay!
Slap
Girl
the back of
trip.
the
I mean,
horse.
you can turn around and run in and ask
Road
if you
trip.
want.
Time to take
Yeah,
selfies.
I'll ask about a cart.
Alright. You turn
You know
around,
what?
rush
I'll
in,
just make an animal handling check. I
and
have
just
minus
as
one to
soon as
that.
the door gets closed, opens up again, you see Lawrence there.
No.
Anything I can do for you?
Might I be able to borrow a cart?
I roll?
He thinks for a moment. Well, let me see what I can do.
Dexterity.
Rushes off for a moment. Comes back. Well, we have one cart, but it belongs to one of the bards. It's a little on the gaudy side, and if you don't want to attract
Just like I
attention,
wanted.
this would attract
Gypsy
attention.
caravan.
Alright. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Looks over.
Thank you anyway.
Are you putting all the women on the horse?
We decided we wanted to kill the horse before we even made it to the city.
They
You
did
know, I grew up on a farm.
Screw you and your farm.
they did have that idea, yes.
Alright, so...
I'm going to return to my friends.
Okay, so you all start
Alright,
heading off.
We're going. We're leaving. We're on the horse. We're
I
good.
will cast catapult to deal with love.
So you're traveling down the
I'll
road.
just disappear.
Is there anything you try to do along the way?
I don't
You
suppose
could
there are
kill
any
me, that wouldn't be
sightseeing
very
stops
good,
we
though.
could make on
No.
Make a
Then you
perception
have to
check.
deal with gyms.
Me?
I guess this would be more of an investigation.
Is there the biggest ball of twine in whatever this place is?
Investigation?
Yes.
10.
Alright. You see that there are some trails heading off the main road, but nothing that promises something beyond what you're already seeing. There's a lot of interesting flora and fauna you're seeing around here. There's deer. Deer are pretty cool. They have horns, which are not like the horns you have, though. And go ahead and make a nature check.
I'm interested, by the way. We haven't been properly introduced.
Hi.
16.
She shook his hand!
You see that there are, there's various...
Nice to meet you. I'm Choco.
Um, you do see some
Alright,
deer,
Chuckles.
and they have antlers, and you do
Sorry.
discern that these horns are similar to your horns, but they're
threw
a
me off.
different construction in a way, you could say.
Yes, I noticed that.
Fascinating.
So what exactly is your beef?
What do you mean?
Well, from the
Backstory
moment
time.
I've met you, you've been uncomfortable around me and Helen.
I don't,
And if we're going to be working
Can I
together,
hear them?
we need to be...
Perception check.
well,
At
I'm
least
sitting
on
on the
the
horse
same
and he's
page.
walking, so.
16.
Okay, you hear that they're talking.
Okay.
You can
I definitely
sort of hear it.
Sam definitely hears.
You're up.
Okay, well, I don't get along very well with elves. I have a problem.
I'm not an elf.
Wait, what?
He's not an elf.
Roll a
he
perception
sleeps.
check.
He sleeps.
That'd be a 9.
I
Disgusting.
got a 9.
One of these days you'll pass your perception check. Make a persuasion roll.
Are you sure? Because
14.
Disadvantage.
Disadvantage. Aw.
I explained
13.
Okay, do you want to contest this?
Do you want to believe that I am an elf?
I can explain it to you logically. He sleeps. Elves don't sleep.
yes.
You-
You're not an elf?
I'm not an elf.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Is it the ears?
Yeah, that was kind of throwing.
Do you assume that
That's
everyone
racist.
with ears is an elf?
Well, no, but kind of.
Both halflings and gnomes have pointed ears.
Yeah, but they're short.
So do half orcs.
That too.
That is.
So do regular orcs, don't they?
I believe so.
You can tell by other things though that they're orcs. So you kind of look elfy, and I'm sorry. I don't get along well with elves.
We
Why
know
not?
that.
I just
I know that. I'm wondering why.
I
Because
don't-
I didn't do anything.
what kind of elf are you, if I may ask? If I couldn't tell.
I'm a high elf.
Yeah.
420 years old!
Yeah. I have problems with high elves. They don't like me.
Well,
So
Are you half high elf?
that is none of your business, and I don't want to talk about it.
that's a yes.
And that's none of your business either.
Roll a perception
Don't
check.
talk about me. I'm just here.
You are the subject of conversation.
11.
She looks half elf. You know, you really can't
Yeah.
figure out at the moment what.
hard to
Especially
say.
because she's up there on this gargantuan horse at the moment.
She's not as snooty as most high elves.
What is that supposed to mean?
Just every high elf it's kind of a little.
Yeah, kinda.
At what pace are you going? Are you trying to push it to there one day, or are you trying to
I
get
think we're
there?
going at a normal pace.
We can get there in a day. 14 minutes.
I give Chico a hug.
I am very awkward. Very uncomfortable. with
Roll
this.
for awkwardness.
She's not an elf, in case you were wondering.
12.
It's just normally awkward. All right, so you're just heading
Please
down,
stop.
down the path.
Yeah.
Presumably.
All right.
Unless Gregory here would like to
So,
stop for sightseeing.
I've been stopping the whole time.
You're not an elf. Tell me about that. What must it be like to not?
Stop hitting on him.
His wife is a lovely person. I like her very much. I wish we could communicate.
What is
She
that?
smiles at you.
Yeah. So, how'd you guys meet? Tell me about that. All about yourselves.
Well, I'd been working.
Well, he rolled on this table and he fell in love or got married.
I mean, he's not wrong. Well, I've been working in Temple for most of my life, and when I was 14,
Classic avoidance.
we found this young girl on our doorstep. She didn't speak any language that any of us could, and we eventually had to find a wizard to tell us what she was actually speaking, and found out that she only spoke primordial. And well, I offered to learn how to speak primordial to communicate with her, and then eventually I taught her celestial so she could communicate with the others. And well, we've been with each other for a very long time, and so it just kind of happened.
I would have thought somebody
That's so cute.
would have thought, maybe common was a bit more practical.
She has reasons for not wanting to learn to speak common.
I understand. Anyway, so you adventure together, and that's cool.
In case
Stop
you,
hitting on him!
and in
No,
case,
he's the only one who speaks common. I want to hear about.
and in case you're wondering, I'm an Azamar.
Cool.
Tessa takes a moment and yells out at you, and you see up the path.
Oh.
There is
Man with large sword.
an orc with a large sword.
It's
got this,
an orc.
I got this, fam.
Can we let the annoying elf dude fight the thing?
And he
All depends on who's
See if you're
first.
a warlock.
Stand and deliver.
It'd just be like, Eldritch Blast.
he immediately yells at you guys. Oh, nothing! Anyone here speak Orcish?
Nope.
Nope.
I do.
Nope.
All right. You understand that he says basically death to outsiders.
He wants to kill us.
Sounds
Cool.
about right.
Shocking.
Let's kill him first. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
All right, you do that. Real
we-
quick, what is a halberd with the numbers on that?
The
It
D12,
is
isn't it?
D12
That was
two-handed
not bad.
reach.
Got it.
Are we rolling initiative?
Wait, hang on.
You are
No,
now
it's 1d10.
1d10.
15.
1d10 heavy reach two-handed.
All right.
Ooh, that was terrible.
All right. So you are 15.
15.
We're running.
13.
11.
11.
Oh, you rolled even worse than I did.
3,
It's a 4.
4. Doesn't matter.
9. It does if you roll.
Wow.
All right.
That was interesting.
At least
All
I got my
right.
Mage Armor off first.
I don't want to die.
So first up is Stefan.
Oh.
That's right,
man.
Stefan. Go in first.
He's actually going to.
Oh no, I missed with my arcane missile.
He actually is going to.
Ah, joke's on you. Magic missile can't miss. Oh, I see what you're saying.
He's going to jump to the front, and he is going to make an attack. Yes.
He can attack from 2 squares away because reach.
You are correct. He can.
10
We
foot.
don't have squares.
Use your imagination.
He's
Use
the
the-
square.
That is true.
Well
We're
then.
using the blobbies on the.
All right. So he's going to Grab the D10. Grab the D10. Grab the D10.
Or like that.
Go.
Cut
So
squares.
he takes his attack and he strikes it right across, right into the shoulder.
Dodecahedron.
Okay, that is 5 plus 8 is
Plus whatever your strength modifier is.
right. For
5
damage?
plus 8 is-
For damage, yes, it's the attack plus whatever your strength modifier is.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Oh, wait, did he hit?
He critted.
yes, he crit hit, and he kills the orc.
Oh!
He takes a clean swing and he right through the neck and into the shoulder, and with a cry, forces it onto the ground.
Jaw drop.
Oh, that guy's jaw's really dropped at the moment. And he starts immediately looking around.
I'm gonna immediately jump on the orc and loot him for stuff.
All right, you do that.
I begin applauding. Well done.
Frickin'
Nice, dude.
Thank you. Thank you. Roll an investigation check.
Oh, that was terrible.
Fail.
That was a 5.
Ah.
I don't need to find any.
You find he's got bones, and you find a lot of this
He
red
has a
juice.
spleen. He has a
They
spleen.
find a lot. Oh, these are his. This is his shoulder's been cut in. You're looking in the wrong place.
I burn out all of his pockets.
Roll another investigation check.
Ha. 18.
There you go.
You see that he's carrying 2 gold.
There we go. That's what we want.
There we go.
That's all I
He
want
has
in
this
life.
really heavy scimitar.
Don't care.
You could sell it.
Oh no, wait! I do want the scimitar. I'm gonna take that because
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a
you
finesse
got-
weapon.
Oh, that is true. It is
Scimitar's
finesse.
a finesse weapon?
Yep.
It is.
It's
Okay.
basically a short sword.
Great.
I'll take that.
Wait a minute.
I'm not proficient in scimitars though, so never mind. I'll leave it.
Yeah.
I can't take it.
I misread actually. It's supposed to be a great axe. I read the wrong thing. Sorry.
Oh
he
yeah,
is a
I
great
definitely
axe.
don't take
He
it.
is a great axe.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I
I will
can't take that.
I'll take the great axe.
All right. Write down that you have an orcish great axe. And he also has an idol.
Wait, why are you
On him.
You don't kill people.
I'm going to
What's
sell
the
it
idol
later.
made out of?
We could use the
Um,
money.
What
It seems to be made out of wood, bone, other things, and it has this carving in it of this triangular
Not
shape with
efficient.
an eye right in the center. And
Part of
there's
the
actually
Illuminati.
what? No.
Da-da-da.
And it's the center of the eye has been painted or it has actual blood red in there.
Stab it.
Wait,
And then this is my god now.
Make a religion check. If you feel like it, you can make a religion check too.
21.
Okay.
21.
All right. You both instantly recognize this little statuette to represent Groosh, the one-eyed god of the orcs.
Ah,
Yes, this is my god.
you align
It's,
yourself with the orcs?
Funny, you don't seem very orcish to me.
So Groosh is a chaotic evil deity who relishes in destruction and aggression.
Yeah, that's definitely you.
Any of you else see it?
I'm looking at it.
Do you want to roll anything on it?
Yeah.
I'm looking at literally anything else.
What am I rolling?
All right.
Religion, history. Ben?
You
I'm pretending I
either
can
or.
talk to Tessa.
I don't know which
I mean, you can. She just can't talk to you back.
It
We're
doesn't
just
matter.
sort of
12.
smiling and nodding
Okay,
at each other. Like,
you
yeah, it's
do
really
recognize
gross.
historically that the
You know.
that Groosh is the god of the orcs.
She's wearing jewelry. I'm admiring it. I don't know.
I'm an honorary orc now.
Chakal.
I'm sure they'd love to hear that.
Chakal.
Ah!
You
Truffles.
hear this quiet little whisper saying,
Sorry, that was my stomach.
Okay, I'm just sitting here thoroughly creeped out.
okay.
You gonna tell anybody?
Of course not. Why would she do that?
Kind of like it was the wind, but only in my brain. A word?
What word?
I think it was mine, but I'm not really sure. Or maybe
It was
mine?
your word? What?
No. The word was my. Or maybe
I am going
mine.
to
I don't know.
use
it was
divine
creepy.
sense.
Okay. What does that do?
I can see
That's
any
weird.
I know.
celestial fiend or undead or anything pertaining.
I didn't say
Pertaining
that
to
to
those?
you.
And I can any
Within
That's
the
true.
range.
She was
any
talking to me.
things imbued with those kinds of energies within,
Okay.
within 60 feet.
Okay,
Cool.
I didn't
Does
say
that just
to
happen
you,
if you
though.
roll for anything?
It just happens.
All right.
I didn't say that to you. I just whispered that.
You put the
Say
idol
something.
in your pack.
Yes, I do.
you do see definitely some concentrated, angry red energy glowing from around
Yeah.
it as well.
It's
as
also
you're-
next to my lair,
Hey,
so
look.
you know.
Glowy.
Wow.
Yes. No, only I can see. You guys
Aw,
can't
man.
Okay, so we're just sitting there when we're both creeped out.
Yep. I
see it. Something wrong?
You didn't tell.
She's had
Well,
something wrong
she
with her ever
thought
since.
she heard a voice say, mine?
By the way, are you
in her
traveling on
head.
again, or are you still just sitting here talking about this?
I assume we stay here talking.
We're
about
just
Can we
this.
just can we move, please?
Yeah,
Like
that
right
would be
now.
a good idea.
Now can we go?
All right.
And we'll talk as we go.
Quickly, do the quick march. Go,
Yeah,
go,
yeah,
go.
yeah. We're going. Yeah, please.
So now we're not going in a quick.
So good too. And we're back on.
Hey.
People asking who his favorite characters are.
Because I can't run. Because I'm silly.
I'm gonna have to go
Oh
back
my
and
goodness.
read. I want to go back and read this.
Whoa, why are there so many comments?
Yeah.
Michaela and Cambry got on. That's why.
Oh
Oh.
yay!
We're on.
Yay!
All right. So sorry. You were saying.
Creeped out. Anyway,
What do you?
Chakal.
Yeah. So I'm confused.
Someone else is new.
You can stop talking because apparently I think you picked up a creepy thing that's spoken to my brain, I think, and now you have it in your bag.
That sounds like a personal problem.
I have lots of personal problems. We're not talking about those.
I feel like we need to get those out in the open so
No.
we can continue
I
on.
think you need to get rid of that weird little statue thing.
Show me on the item.
Oh
where
my
it's
gosh,
at.
Would you like to make a perception check or?
Yes.
My God.
Maybe the idol should make.
Where did the
Cambry
idol touch you?
Show us on the idol what the idol touched you.
I got 11.
Okay. It's a scary idol, and
I was trying to fly.
and as you're hearing him, you actually hear in a lower octave, mimicking everything
Ha.
that Idris is saying.
I would like to throw something at him out of panic. I
All
literally
right.
grab something and throw it at him.
Can I notice her saying this and try to stop her? Or can I see her trying to throw something at him?
Please don't throw my hat.
No, I want to throw something hard.
Someone just commented about your hat.
It was missing, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah, they're commenting. Where's Captain Two's fabulous hat? Thank
Well,
you.
it's right here, but it's in my way, so now it's here.
Okay. Anyway, roll. Are you
is
overtly
now.
or covertly throwing this at him?
I'm panicking, so I'm not really sure right now.
All right.
I'm
What do
just
you
like,
throw?
What am I throwing? Something convenient that.
You
What
have
about a
javelins on
weapon?
you.
You have 4 javelins. You have 3 javelins
I
on you.
know.
What about your hair comb thing?
I think I'm gonna throw. Well, I like my hair comb thingy.
A rock from the trail.
But
You're
she's
on the horse.
You could throw your favorite
Tessa's
admirer at him.
boot.
You could,
No!
you could throw your explorer's pack at him.
You could throw something.
Wait, there's a mess kit in there. Throw a
Wait,
mess kit at me.
wait. Okay, I have a costume with me. Apparently.
Maybe
That's
she'll
what you're
pour some time
wearing.
with it.
Oh.
It's your clothes.
Hey, we don't need to talk about that again. Different campaign.
I have 2 sets of clothing. I have common clothes and vestments.
Buttons are really clothes and like go over your actual clothes.
Okay. Okay, I take the favor of an admirer that I happen to have with me,
Which is.
All right.
which is a
Better not be a letter, because that's not going to hurt or fly
No,
very well.
it's
I don't know.
a-
A letter could be very hurtful.
It's a turn-up pocket watch.
Oh my! It's a wind-up pocket watch.
Yeah, one of those big turn-up, wind-up pocket watches.
Okay.
And I'm going to shine it
Can
at
I
his head or the idol. I don't really care.
can
Roll for
I
it.
notice her getting ready to throw this and try to stop her?
Roll a perception check.
That would be a 22.
Okay.
With performance, it's a 10.
No, this would be a strength check to toss it.
Okay, it's still a 10.
All right.
No,
What's your strength modifier?
It'd be 8.
4.
Plus 2, it's 8.
Oh.
Okay, so yeah, that's an 8.
My
So
armor class
you
is 16.
Oh, right.
you go back to get ready to toss this thing. Do you want to try to grab her arm?
Yes.
All right. Roll a athletics check.
I just flew
Athletics
out of the way
check
here.
would be 12.
All right. Well, that beats an 8, and you grab her arm.
I come up and say,
Don't touch her! You're married!
It's fine, I'm wearing gloves.
I come up and say, clearly this idol is too frightening looking. Let me fix that. And I cast prestidigitation and give it a smiley face.
There's suddenly a
Wait, we're still weirded out by this.
what kind of smiley face do you put on it? Like just a little cartoony one, or like a
It
happy
better not
one?
have teeth, Grady.
Just like a super giant teethy smiley face.
Oh!
All right.
Or should I roll for what kind of smiley face?
Nah, just have that smile there. You know,
Put a smile
Chakal,
on my
though.
face.
You see,
Not sure you made it any
you see
better,
the
friend.
idol erupt into this toothy grin. As you're looking at it, the teeth start growing longer.
Ah! Get
And
rid
then,
of it!
Then you blink, and it just goes into this ding, really just happy-looking smile.
Oh, that is so creepy.
I'm not sure you made it any better, friend.
I want to try to kick the idol out of his hand.
Roll a dexterity check, I guess.
She's on the horse.
Oh no, that was terrible. It was an 18 and then it rolled to a 9.
What's your dexterity?
Plus Dex is 13.
Okay. What's your
How
armor
long's
class?
mage,
16.
how long's mage armor last?
8 hours.
Oof, that's rough.
You
Dang
kick out his hand, and he just brings it out of the way.
I'm going to step back.
I want to try again.
If only I had an
I'm out
anti-magic
of your
field.
range.
No, he's at this point walked over your range, and you're starting to like spook the horse a bit.
And I put the idol back in the bag.
All right.
No. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Sam, you could get off and try and sleight of hand it out of his bag.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a better idea.
I want to do that.
And I will distract him with the horse.
What are you doing with my horse?
Nothing. None of your
Let
business.
Tessa drive.
Tessa is driving. I'm just helping her.
Stefan is currently just sitting back, and he is cleaning off.
I get off the horse, and then what did you
Sitting
say?
back. I always said I'm still moving.
Pickpocket him.
I'll go to pickpocket him.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye on everything and walking away from them.
I'm gonna try to get
Make
a
a
nat
perception
20.
check. Make a sleight of hand.
She's walking right towards me.
Go, 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 go. No! Dang it!
Nope.
What's your roll?
3.
9!
As you
I
are.
feel like I should have advantage since she's walking right towards me.
Well, hey, she doesn't have advantage because nobody helped her with it. So.
What?
What?
No one
Yes,
was distracting
He said
him.
he should have. Wait, what?
I'm saying that I shouldn't have had to roll. I should have just been like, nope, I run away.
Well, you didn't say you ran away first. You said you were walking away.
I said I'm backing up, watching everything.
You should
Okay,
move
your hand is currently in his bag.
You should
Oh,
use
no.
your movement speed to fly up.
Kind of.
Make another sleight of hand to find and retrieve the idol, and make
Or the
another.
spell book. Oh,
Make
that was much better.
Make a perception check.
19.
I feel like at this point it's more dexterity since he can obviously see your hand.
No, it can't. It's in the bag.
Okay.
Maybe we should just need to give you a hug.
That's true.
I can
Uh,
cast catapult on the pocket watch that Chakal was going to throw at me and
I feel
slam it
awkward.
into her.
Okay, you still don't see any of this. You're walking off.
I'm walking backwards, looking right at everybody, and she came right up to me. Shoved
You
her
failed
hand,
the sleight of hand check. Move along.
Which one's you?
But I'm gonna freaking kill the horse.
Wait, can
Is this
catapult be
you?
used on something that isn't being held? Can you use catapult on something that's being held?
Oh no, I can't.
Then yeah, you can't catapult it.
Real quick though, Sam, what is your armor class?
15.
Okay, what's your
You
intelligence?
know what? Just don't.
My
That's not
intelligence?
better
Yes.
Is 12.
Okay.
I also rolled a 19 on my second check.
Okay, cool. Currently you're holding this item, but well, there goes the camera. Hold on.
No! Ah!
And she's not stealthed. I see her right next to me, her hand in my bag.
I'm going to give you a hug.
I'm going to stab you.
Alright, so at the moment you grab it and you feel something is warm. It might be his spell book, it might be something else in the bag.
Better hope you reach into the right pocket.
I feel
You are
a
unsure
slight
what it
tingling
is,
in my fingers.
but
I think it's
something-
affected me.
Something feels warded.
Feels what?
What?
Warded.
Like
Protected.
magic?
Magic.
It's like you're gonna
Can I do
blow
an
up.
arcana check really quick?
With your hand currently still in his pouch?
Yes.
Sure.
I can roll with my other hand.
I'm gonna cast Sword Burst.
Oh, that was bad. 3.
Roll another perception check.
Me?
No, him.
She's right next to